Hi, I have a question to ask you. What kind of leadership do we need today in 2025 to reverse all this destruction that we're causing to our own species and the planet? The war, the destruction, the depression, the anxiety that we've generated in our society, in our environment. How can we reverse the damage we have caused to the well-being of our own species and the well-being of nature and our planet? What kind of leadership would we need? What kind of mindset would we need? What kind of ways of being do we need to cultivate within ourselves? And what kind of leaders do we need to choose so that we get ourselves out of this mess? Now, for one thing, we need a kind of leadership that does not see life as independent organizations or societies or religions or countries. It gets itself out of this me and mine mindset and really sees the deep interconnectedness of us with the planet, with each other, across time and space, and really gets back to the roots of what it means to be custodians of people and the planet. So the notion of custodianship, of taking care of ourselves, our own bodies, our own minds, our own hearts, taking care of our relationships with each other, taking care of people in our society, but also across to other parts of the world, not just locally, but globally. How do we take care of the people and the planet as a whole and really understand and recognize this deep interconnectedness and cultivate a sense of presence, a sense of custodianship, and a sense of responsibility to take care of the whole and not just me and mine? So really getting out of that mindset of me and mine, then that becomes primary for the kind of leadership we need, which I term universal leadership. Universal leadership restores well-being of the whole planet as a whole and does not see independent, disconnected teams, organizations, which are ultimately part of a greater whole. And we have completely missed that. We have completely deluded ourselves through imaginary borders and boundaries which actually don't exist. So we need to come out of that delusion. We need to recognize the delusion that we have subscribed to, which is actually not true. The stories that we have generated throughout our societies to disconnect ourselves from each other and the planet. We need to step and rise above that. And we need the kind of leadership that rises above the traditional leadership philosophies of me and my organization, my country, my tribe. And that tribal mindset needs to be transcended. And thus we need a universal mindset that sees the deep interconnectedness of us with the planet, with whole of life. And so I invite you to step into this new mindset, this universal leadership mindset that is about all of us, the well-being of all, not just the well-being of me and mine, whether it's my people or my country or my organization or my team, but ultimately the well-being of all of us, because we're all interconnected. And thus really cultivating a mindset of custodianship of people and the planet locally and globally, across time and space, not seeing ourselves as separate from nature, but as a deep part of nature and deeply interconnected with each other and the planet. And there are several dimensions of the kind of leadership we need, the universal leadership. And I share with you some of these that I believe will really help us to get ourselves out of the mess we've got ourselves into. The traditional leadership mindset has got us into war and destruction and planetary destruction, degradation. And we really need to step out of that. It's not working. We consider ourselves the most intelligent species on the planet, yet we are also the most destructive species on the planet, destructive both to our own species, but also the planet. We're destroying ourselves and we're destroying the planet. It's insanity, right? How can we classify ourselves as the most intelligent species if we're actually destroying each other and the planet? So we need to recognize the delusion that we've bought into and that has caused so much destruction to our own species and planet, and step and transcend old paradigms of thinking, old paradigms of leadership, which is about me and mine. It's all about competing and a zero-sum game mentality, a scarcity mentality that has not worked for us over the past millennia, and we really need to rethink what we really need to save ourselves and the planet. So I hope you can join us on a session on universal leadership on the 23rd of January. And please kindly look to the bottom of this video for the link, register for this free event so that we can really talk about what we really need to get ourselves out of this mess. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you there.